Hey, beautiful people, it's that 70s baby. Your girl Primrose here on Primrose Ave, the podcast, with my co-host straight out of 96, the lovely Miss Michelle Gracie. Hey, Shell.
Hey, Primrose.
What you up to, young lady?
Nothing, just relaxing, resetting.
Resetting. That's the word, resetting. You know, when I called you earlier and I was like, what you doing? You was like, this is my self-care day. And I was like, that's so fucking dope.
Yeah,
We need that.
I had to be intentional. I actually have to make myself and consciously tell myself to not work because I would do it. And I have to just like, no, just do something fun. Just do something for yourself.
Mhm.
I remember I told you I went to see The Little Mermaid and fell asleep. No
Yes.
disrespect to the movie, but I was tired. So yeah, so I guess I needed that sleep. I think it was like her songs and her
Okay.
tunes. It kind of just like rocked me to sleep. It
Leave.
kind of
Okay.
yeah, the melody. It was just
Oh, look at you,
very,
make me not want to go see it.
very calming. Oh wow. Oh no. Well, for one, I was by myself and I was in the front row and I was
Oh,
alone.
oh, wow.
I went at 11:25
Okay.
because Tuesdays they have half off the movie
At
theater.
Towson? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know it. And I do VIP. So
Oh.
and I rarely catch it on Tuesday, but I do catch matinee. And my seats are all the way in the top of the back. I don't want to be bothered. I sit all the way up there by myself. And
See,
I
I
can't
was
see
in the
what I'm gonna see.
I was in the front by myself, and I feel like that had a lot to do with
It
it
was
too.
peaceful
Like
and relaxed.
yeah, I was just so relaxed. I had the seat reclined. I was just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm going out. I'm going out there. I'm going.
Before you knew it, you just woke up clapping like, damn, that was a good movie.
I was kind of upset. I was like, damn, probably go ahead and come see it again.
Well, see, stuff like that, even though huge Little Mermaid fan I was back in 1980 something when it
Hmm.
came out, you know, Ariel. That was like, that was supposed to be my first child's name, Queen Ariel.
Oh,
But I had a boy, so you know, he was Marcus.
okay, okay, okay.
And by the time my daughter was born, I had kind of forgotten about the Little Mermaid and all my fairy tale and little girl dreams, you know, because had I not, she'd probably name Ariel.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was my absolute favorite movie. Back in like the 80, I think it was like 88 or something. I don't even remember. But I know I watched that movie about 1,000 times. And my favorite part, of course, is Ursula.
Really?
Yes.
Ursula, she did good. She did good playing Ursula.
Who played
The
Ursula?
actress. The actress, I'm not really good with names.
Oh, okay.
Um, she she was on, dang, see, I forgot what she was. She's really funny.
Okay.
Really funny. If you look it up, you'll see. I forgot her real name, but she did really good. I liked it.
I'm glad you got some rest today on your self care day. I was at work as I was totally having self care envy.
Oh.
Because as I, you know, I've explained to you, I've told you that I'm not really, I appreciate that I am employed gainfully, but the environment is just not where I want to be. So it's some days are better than others for me
Hmm.
there. And it's, you know, it's, this is a great, wonderful, special time in my life. And I don't want to muddy it up with complaining, but today was a little challenging for me, but you know, it is what it is. And you know, as you know, I'm so glad that you got your self-care day, and I have my little self-care envy going on. I have to set a date. I
Yes.
don't have to be envious anymore. But just we, you know, we discussed a topic that we wanted to talk about today. This is the month of June. This is the month that I was born in. This is the month that the first day of summer occurs in, which is my birthday. June 21st is the summer solstice, and that's the first day of the summer season. And our discussion today is, you know, summer and sex.
Mhm.
You know, and for me, I just I don't know why those two topics just kind of came in, you know, swirling into my brain and stuff for like 2 days. And I was like, no, I don't know. And you know, but here we are, and we're going to talk about summer and sex.
Mhm. I love the ring to it. Summer and
Yes, summer and sex. And the summertime for me up until now has been a time where like somewhere around the end of March, there will be a change in me. Like I'm becoming very anxious, very, very anxious.
Mhm.
And it was because the summer's coming and I can't wait for it to come. And how the tides have turned, because now it's like, just come bring me back my fall and leave it there, you know.
Really?
But yeah, like it's because I'm hot always on the inside, and I don't enjoy outside the way I used to, apart from
Mhm.
like allergies and then the heat, you know. I'm a woman of a certain age, you know. I be going a little, you know, through a little stuff, you know, within my body and being hot and stuff like that. So I don't enjoy the outdoors the way that I used to.
Mhm.
Um, I am also in the process of changing habits. And, you know, I love to party. Everybody knows me. I know I love my sips and I love to party. However, I am at a place where, you know, I gotta scale down to the party and amp up with networking and really fueling, galvanizing myself so that I can create the life that I really truly desire to have. And you know, I can I can always find a reason to go have me some cocktails. You know,
Mhm.
that's easy right there. And that's summertime. You know, you got the wine festivals and you know, that's become a thing. That's become a great huge part of my life. The last few years, you know, I haven't been traveling the way that I had begun to start traveling. I just shifted from traveling and enjoying life. And yes, I was having my sips, but I was active and I became unactive and I put on 30 pounds. And so this summer isn't going to be as fun because I'm heavier and I'm already hot because I'm heavy. I'm already hot because I'm going through whatever I'm going through hormonal wise in my body. But then it's going to be 1,000 degrees outside. So
Mhm.
summertime isn't the happy place that it used to be for me. And I want to create a new happy for me. You know, I don't want it to just be surrounding party, 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 drink, drink, drink. I want it to be, you know, calm down, enjoy things, don't be anxious, but think things through, get
Mhm.
back active. But what I did notice this year is the anxiety that I used to be faced with, it it's it's subsided a great deal. And I'm
Mhm.
thankful for that. And I believe a great big part of that has to do with me being in my creative space.
Mhm.
I've been working on some projects, you know, as you've been working on projects and doing your book tour. So we both been doing anything, you know, been doing things. And so now it's like we're coming to the end of our first season of our podcast. And so,
Mhm.
you know, whereas we were committed once a week to sit and record, now we're going to have some free time or whatever. And I'm like, you know what am I going to do with that free time? I'm going to figure out a way to make myself more productive, as
Mhm.
opposed to just shifting to, oh, I'm getting a break, it's summer break, let's just go, you know, let me go. Of course I'm going to have my sips and have my party, but reducing stress and anxiety,
Mhm.
plan some things that are edifying, that get me in motion, and develop some new habits. So here I am, 2020, summer 2023, and I am making this attempt. I am changing, not making this, I am changing my habits to change my life. You know,
Mhm.
so you know, when we spoke earlier, you were saying, you know, people deal with seasonal depression and things like that. I'm one of those people.
Mhm.
Just like summer brought on anxiety, winter brought on depression because it's like, wait a minute, it's not going to be sunshiny all day.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? What say you about what is your usual summer mood?
Um, I can't. I'm trying as you're talking. I'm trying to think about what was my summer like last year and the year before. I really can't remember. I think I was just grinding,
Yeah, yeah.
like working, like really working hard. Like, I think yeah, my summer last year. Um, yeah, it was just really just no summer last. No, summer of last year. I think I had just filed for bankruptcy. I had I had stopped working and I was at a standstill.
Okay, okay.
I wasn't really, yeah, I had stopped working. I filed for bankruptcy and I was just waiting for
Right.
my book. And now this summer, I'm grinding. I'm like 10 toes down, like just running. And so it's just, well, that's something to reflect and look back on. Like I'm thankful because that was very uncomfortable for me during the summertime, and I don't got no money.
No
I'm
money, right?
no
So,
money.
so my question is, just thinking back, does the summertime bring on any particular mood for you? Like, do you recall like it bring is summer coming you being extra anxious or depressed or anything that you can remember that summer that this season brought on for you in your mental space, so to speak? Because I know what you was doing last summer. He was like,
No, 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 not no. I'm not really. I'm more it has an effect on my body, like not my mental, but my body because I have low vitamin D.
okay,
And so I have more energy in the summertime than I do in the winter. When I'm in the
as with,
wintertime,
yeah, as with most people, because we're getting that natural vitamin D.
yeah. So
No,
yeah, in the wintertime I'm done. I'm always tired. Well, I'm still tired. Like I still will take a good nap now, but like if I'm outside more, um I have more energy during
right,
the summertime.
because you're being recharged,
Yeah,
and
I'm being
ask your primary care doctor about some vitamin D supplements because I actually take a D3 5,000 IU supplement every day.
I remember you telling me, and it's crazy. I started taking the vitamin D supplements, and then I went to her again, and she was like, "Okay, it's too high," so I had to cut back. I don't know what to do. I
Well,
just,
I take my supplement every day. I've not been told that. I have an appointment on the 21st to check. I want to get my, just get my blood work done, check my liver, check my kidneys and all that good stuff. Um, you know, and so I want to change what the seasons do for me. I want there to be, um, as opposed to me getting super anxious because it's summertime. Plan some things around me, my goals, number one. And one of my goals is to get back active. As you know, my accident caused me over time because my condition is degrading, um, or deteriorating or whatever they call it. I have a degenerative back disorder, and so it's causing extreme pain in my back where it's hard to be physical because I'm going to pay for
mm,
it. But if I want the reward of better health, I have to endure the pain.
mhm,
So as opposed to the summer bringing on anxiety for me, it brings this year this air of optimism in spite of my
mm,
challenges that I'm dealing with, because this is like the summer of 2023. You are about to publish your website and have
mhm.
a pearls of affirmations that were thought inspired, inspired by your thoughts. You know,
Yes,
that's a big deal to me. You
yeah.
know, and it's like
Do you
inspired.
think that's why you're not anxious because you know you have something coming?
No, it could be. Because this is, truth be told, out of all the years of my life, again, I'm all about survival. I've been surviving for donkey plus years, and it's always been about survival and stuff like that. And but this year is a different year for me because I am in a place where I am learning to live and thrive. So
Mm,
I think that might be you could be what it is. I haven't even really put a whole lot of deep thought into it. It's like, why is this happening? And I really hadn't thought about it much before today. And it's
mm,
like, but I'm realizing also, that hey, this is a little bit different for me. I'm not, busting out the door every 5 seconds because honey child, as soon as the sun shines, you couldn't keep my black ass still, you know.
I feel like it's because you're doing the work. You got
Yeah.
work, you got work to do. And
Yeah.
you don't get you can't it's no time for play.
Yeah. I,
Yeah, I feel yeah, and I feel like when you're operating your purpose and your gifts, it kind of relieves that anxiety and that anxiousness because you're like, okay, like you it starts to align with your body and your mental, like, okay, I can relax. Like
right.
I'm here. I arrived.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. And
And
I
I don't
made
like
it happen. I'm learning technology, like, you know, stuff I never even thought twice about. Look, I think I surpassed you with the little thumbnail thing.
I think so too. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I was like, what's the doing this? Look
So
what I
you
did my
really
little video.
okay.
I
I
said,
don't
"Oh, did you see
yes,
that?"
I did. Yes, I
Yeah.
did. I was just like, look at her.
Yeah. And I know I've fallen off on the social media thing. But what I said, because I know that it is important. Like, people want to get to know you in order to invest in you. I get it, and I'm just giving myself grace, because even that would be something that I would have usually beat myself down about. Oh, well, you haven't posted in a couple of days. And I said, I've developed a plan. I said, you know what? Now I'm going to just be getting videos, doing this. And on Mondays, when we're not recording, I'm going to be editing and then scheduling. So that's what I'm going to have to do. Because again, I didn't grow up in the social media generation,
Mm.
and even promoting a business, I still fell short with promoting and marketing. And marketing, social media is an excellent marketing tool, but I didn't have time for that shit because I was doing so many other things. When I was doing my on-site chef, I was doing all of this, the running, the ripping, the this, the da, 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 da. I didn't have any support to assist. So I focused on what was necessary to make the money, not necessarily, you know what I mean? And it was word of mouth and word got around. But then when COVID happened, it was like, crush,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I had no marketing. I mean, people thrived during COVID doing the exact same thing. And, no disrespect, but I seen them plates. Like,
I
damn, they
probably
selling that.
I probably taste the food because my
So I believe, now that you said that
mm,
it has a great deal to do with me being productive and me living in my heart's desire is to create, to publish, to
mm-hmm.
excel, to vibe higher, to connect, um, to different kind of energy, the kind of energy that I've suppressed because of being around the people that didn't complement the energy in me. And so now I want to vibe higher, and I'm just not having it any other way. So it makes it a little easier not to rush out and run to everything now. Number one. And number two, I got shit to do because I got to edit these videos, and they might not be top notch, but this is a big deal for me. This is a step I get to learn something. So somebody coming up under me who, hey, look, try this. I got a little information. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
just thinking about what you just said, it's like, do you think it has? It probably does. Now that I'm actually thinking, I really didn't think about it. I just noticed the difference. I
Yeah.
have to sit still. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I'm not putting things off to party. I am putting party off to be productive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get my party in. Don't get it twisted. Um, and I just want to vibe higher. And
I
you
think you are, but I
inspiring
think
me.
you are. I think you are at vibing at a high vibration.
Yeah, it's a must, in summertime, like I said, used to bring on, until I was in it, until I could be out and do, it just put on this anxiety. And I just noticed that anxiety was not present this year. And I'm so
Mm-hmm.
thankful for that. And so if people, really, be introspective and think about, well, what does happen to me mentally? Use this sunny, bright days to because you said, look, in the summertime, but that's the majority of human beings. When it's nice and sunny outside, we can't help but get that good old natural vitamin D, and it's like a recharge. That's just like when people go to the islands and walk on the beaches in the sand, they are recharging. So when
Mm-hmm.
I go, even when you go to the forest, connect with nature, those are ways to recharge. So I'm going to encourage people, period. Yes, I love to party. However, party is not recharging, it's draining. So
Mm-hmm.
make sure that in the midst of whatever you're doing, and it doesn't cost you anything to just take a walk. If you're
Mm-hmm.
physically able, just take a stroll. Figure out
Mm-hmm.
where your park is, where there's more trees, and just walk around. Because Montebello is a jewel. It really is. You know,
Yeah.
it's a jewel. It's like in like 6 minutes from my house. I can ride there,
Yeah.
park my car, walk around, get some sunshine. You're next to a body of water. You know,
Yep.
you got some trees, you get to see other people, you see children playing, laughing on their bikes, you get to see people moving around. I encourage everyone to get out and recharge, you know. So if for as much as you want to party and you got plans to go there and go, make sure that we are recharging so that um because you're in a better mental space. And for me, I know when I get exercise, I feel excited. What do they say? It releases endorphins and all this good stuff. Go get those
Mhm.
endorphins released, recharge your body, you know, and just know where you are. Because remember a few weeks ago we talked about, you know, checking in on yourself daily. And I've been doing it, and some days are better than others. But the
Yeah.
difference this year than any other is that I'm not grabbing hold of depression.
Yeah.
Some shit happened
Yeah.
this weekend that I would have easily become depressed over, but I had my moment and I was like, you know what? You didn't cause this. This is not your fault. You know,
Mhm.
you have a right to feel the way you feel about it. Um, but it's not your fault. Move on.
Mhm.
You know, and I am adapting a help, like I said, I'm using my power to change my mind, you know,
Mhm.
and my power to be able to move. I'm gonna, you know, use it to get outside and recharge, get around
Mhm.
nature, you know,
Mhm.
not think of fall and winter as this depressing time, but there's so much opportunity to enjoy life in fall in every season. That's why people say,
Yeah.
I hate the rain. And I'm like, why? How
Yeah.
calming and beautiful the rain is. If you've never did a rain run in the summertime, baby, treat yourself. You
I
know,
think I want to do one this summer.
should. I took my nieces and nephews. My brother passed away on my birthday after being in a vegetative state for 16 years. He passed away 2012, June 21st, 2012. And the day of his funeral, that evening, it stormed. Me and my brother used to do this. That's where I learned to do it from. We would run in the rain and sing. We would walk. On the day he passed away, I mean, not he passed away, but of his funeral, um, I had all my nieces and nephews, my sister, my nieces and nephews, my children, my little sister. We were at my house. I was living on Collington Avenue, and it was a storm. I was like, this is it right here. Let's do it. Take your shoes off. Now, mind you, people was rolling up because people in my neighborhood knew. They was like, hey, do you need a ride? I'm like, no, come on, get out your car, go run in with us. No, I'm gonna get my watch messed up. Fuck that watch. Go, go get this rain run in with us. Like, and I took my
Mhm.
nieces and nephews, and I'm sure we probably looked crazy to other people. But when I tell you, by the time we got back to my house, everyone was laughing and smiling and enjoying life in that moment, you know, and thinking of the word moment. I am working on being more present, living in the now, and not thinking of, and that could be a factor as well because I'm not thinking 10 miles down the road. I'm going to take this first step. And each step I take, I'm going to appreciate it. So that could be
Mm.
another, I'm going to attribute it to that as well, just being in a different place in my life. But honey, please do. I suggest a good rain run for anyone.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try it.
Take your
I
shoes
think I'm
off and run, baby. Just run. You're going to feel so good. It's going to even make you feel a little sexy.
well then.
Talking about
Well,
sexy. You know, I don't know why I think I was trying to avoid that subject of sex, but it's summertime. And I know they call winter cuffing season, right? So that's when,
uh-huh.
you know, the cuffing is that slang for sex? Or is
No,
that just
that's
for her cuddling?
cuffing season is like when you get into a relationship, you're
Oh,
cuffed.
okay. Okay. See, I didn't know. I know that
Yeah.
it's some slang for something.
Yeah, that means you're hibernating with someone,
Okay.
you're getting cozy, yeah,
Okay.
cuddling and but
Okay.
people are mating.
Okay.
Um a lot of
They
people
don't be in heat no more.
you said what?
It don't be in heat no more.
Girl, a lot of people get pregnant in the
Yeah,
winter
right.
because
Everybody with
they
them popping bellies.
uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
funny. So,
So wait, if you're
you know,
pregnant
we
in
were talking
winter,
about summer and sex. And so, for some reason, I think I was trying to avoid the sex part of it because I ain't had none in a while. And I don't even see me having any sex this summer.
yeah, when you're focused. I feel like you don't even think about it when you're like doing like being productive. You don't even think because you're still like you're working. You're like you're getting stuff done.
Definitely that. But it sucks a little bit because like last night, like I'm legit watching this show called Run the World on Netflix. I think it's on
Mhm.
Netflix. Prime, one of those, but it's called Run the World. And four young black sisters, young, like early 30s, late 20s, I think early 30s is like their age group. And they was just that they would have this couple was having a sex scene, and I legit just start crying. And I got so emotional
What?
because first of all, I haven't had young sex in years.
Got you started crying.
I did. I'm deprived, girl. Shit.
Ah,
You know, and then they all these old young bodies with their legs all toned, and I'm looking at mine and I'm like, I can't even have sex like that no more. I would have to get me like a 6'4" bodybuilder who can lift 250.
oh my God. So sex changes as you get
You
older.
goddamn right it does. You can't all be oh hopping and jumping all over the damn place, especially if you're not physically fit. Now, if you're physically fit, it's a different story.
Okay.
But we do, even physically fit women and men do experience changes in their bodies. Men experience erectile dysfunction. Women go through periods of vaginal dryness. If you got injuries like I do, it's like you want to be comfortable while having sex. And so you got to figure out the best possible position for both of y'all to be. So look, when you get older, trust me, in your 50s, late mid 40s, like it changes. Yes. So all that humping and bumping, enjoy it, honey child, because it will change. I promise you. I
Mm.
promise you. And I got really emotional watching this young, beautiful black couple fuck. How they were kissing, and I was like, damn, I ain't young sexting so long.
Oh man.
And it's like the last, I'm gonna say like maybe 5, 6 years or so, um, have changed a lot. I'm not as flexible. And I got about a good 15 minutes. Like, I don't have time to be humping and bumping for too long, honey child. But after that, it's like, it's not even fun anymore because something is starting to hurt.
Oh my
My
God.
back, i.e., my back. I have, like I said, this issue with my back and I have scoliosis that never really bothered me my
Mm-hmm.
whole life until I got rear-ended by a field tanker back in 2016. So
Mm-hmm.
I wake up, ain't no hopping out the bed for me and all that kind of stuff. So don't take it. I mean, if I get young people, don't take advantage of your body. Make sure you stretch every morning because as you get older and you're not stretching, your body will be so tense that it's hurtful and it hurts you to just stretch. You
Mm.
so girl, just make sure you stretch, honey child, and do those kind of things because when you get to be my age, especially if you have injuries, you will pay. And sex is going to be one of those things because I am at the point, no, as beautiful as that sex look like it would be in real life, I'm like, shit. But I got really emotional because number one, I haven't been touched in a minute. Um, and the last time I did have sex, it certainly wasn't as beautiful as that. As a matter of fact, it was like, all right,
It's
we just gonna
it's
try this
TV.
another time. Hey,
It's
look,
TV.
I had TV sex in
Oh,
the late 90s, early 2000s.
oh yeah.
It was sexy as hell too. Like shit, it was so sexy to have sex. Now it's not sexy, but it's a need, it's a desire. And so it's like, all right, 10, 15 minutes. Let's work it out. Let's do what we gotta do. Because if it don't happen,
Do
hmm,
you think your experience with sex has something to do with how you feel about your body?
in addition to how I feel about my body, yes. Because right now my body I stay in pain. I told you if it's not my hands, it's my wrist. If it's not my wrist, it's my elbows. If it's not elbows, my knees. If my knees, it's my back. Then my left damn ankle just start acting up a few months ago, like whatever, So I don't feel I did feel like when I look in the mirror, I kind of laugh because I have a belly now. Like I have this little belly, and it's like, okay, I'm voluptuous. I still look good in my clothes when I put my clothes on, but I don't enjoy looking at me as much with my clothes off. Was as before, honey child, I could stop in front of a mirror and just stare, honey. I loved it, but now I have cellulite, and it's new to me and it's different. And it's like, I don't I'm like, I, is this the worst I could be? If this is the worst I can be, then, you know, I'm gonna love me where I am, but at the same time, I'm not used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down and seeing cellulite on my legs, and my thighs have gotten all thicker, and now they're rubbing together, and and it's like it's the discomfort more than anything for me of putting on this kind of weight. And like I said, when I look at my body in the mirror, I talk to myself, but I don't stay in front of the mirror as long. But that being said, that's not the biggest factor of why I'm not having sex.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't get in the way of sex. What get in the way of sex is my mental state.
Mm.
So I'm not really motivated to have sex right now. And that's the hugest part of it. Why I'm not having sex. I'm just not motivated. And not I don't feel my best right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I'm at my sexiest physically. Mentally, yes, I'm sexy as fuck because I'm doing life in a different way. You know what I mean? And it's like, but I am looking at my body, haven't changed. And I used to work hard to be fit. I mean, because I put on a lot of weight back in like 8, 9, or something like that, up until 13. So for a few years, I put on a bunch of weight, lost it all, worked out. I was in the gym. I was always active and doing my thing. And I was really fit. And I'm flying to Jamaica, getting sex from my Jamaican lover and just having fun, And the last 4 years haven't been a lot of fun. Truth be told. And I got to get back to me. So that's what I'm doing. And I believe at some point there'll be a breakthrough and I'll be able to move on. But right now, is my body my biggest hindrance to sex? No. Because I got devices, honey. I got things that make sex very comfortable. Pillows and I got my vibes on standby, and I haven't even really bothered them, but I got emotional, and it wasn't because of how I felt or looked up, about myself. It was just I haven't had that connection in such a long time, that intimacy, that just kissing and holding each other, and then love making, and it was like it stirred up emotion, and I was just like,
oh
yeah.
Oh.
And I can be loved on while I'm all bubbly and stuff. And I swear I've been getting hit on by these little young men, and I'm like, boy, no, get away from me, you're a kid.
Why not? Well, how young are they?
They're like 30, 32, 33, 34.
What's wrong with that?
They'd be too much for me. I don't want them little young boys. Aside
They
from
might they might stretch your body out, get you back in shape.
Honey child, give me a heart attack or something. Like I can't. And me and my partner, we haven't been intimate in some time, so I haven't, like I said, I'm not motivated.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Anyway, what about your sex life?
It's non-existent.
You know what though? But aren't you living your dream though?
Yeah. So I really don't pay attention to it.
Right.
But it's, for me, it's really, like you said, the connection, having that connection. It's really not more so the physical, is more so emotional for me. Just feeling close to that person, like I care about, and that I like, and so I really haven't connected in a very long time. So, but I'm connecting with myself
And
more.
that's what I believe is most important, because when you are, I can remember being, when I told you I used to sell BK, and I was on a Zoom with one of the leaders, and the question, if I'm not mistaken, was, have you ever had a bad sexual experience? And she was like, well, I can't say that I have. And I'm thinking, damn, that's fucking amazing. First of all, of course, my history. I've been raped at 12. And so my
Yeah.
sex life started out rough. And for me to hear an adult woman who was older than me say that they had never had a bad sexual experience, that was inspiring. And one of her declarations was that, she's comfortable with herself sexually, and she's very upfront about what she wants. And a lot of times as women, we be so googly eyed over men or whatever, and or not necessarily googly eyed, but I think we expect them to know what they're doing, and
Mm,
they really don't. They act like it, you know, and in conversation, but when it really comes down to it, and we don't open up and say, hey, wait a minute, that's not comfortable. I know for me,
I
and
know.
I wish I had been. Loving yourself is the best. That self-love is everything, because you get to know your body, you get to know who you are, you get to know what you want, and you get to know what your desires are, and you are so comfortable with yourself that you don't mind saying, hey, you know what, that doesn't really work for me.
Hmm.
That would be just like all the same as some guy asked me to pee on him. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. You
Oh,
know, that's your level of comfortability. I'm not just going to break out and pee on somebody. But there are people, no shame in here. There are people who get off on stuff like that. I'm not one of those people.
what
I
they
don't
call it?
want you.
Golden
The
showers?
golden shower, right? And I can remember like thinking semen in your mouth was like, oh my God, like, oh, that's disgusting. Like, oh my God, like, why would you do that? Like, that would be the same as spitting on me. I wouldn't want anybody to do that.
Yeah, they doing that too, spitting on each other.
Oh yeah, don't spit on me. Like,
I
don't.
mean, they were asking in mid encounter, can I spit in your mouth? Not to, they didn't ask me. No one
Yeah,
asked
the
me.
guy asked me
No,
that.
no, 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 not me. But I've heard stories.
Yeah, he was like, I'm opening up your mouth, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, what the heck was that? But it's like, it's good to know yourself, and explore your body. I encourage that, so that, and love on yourself. And just when you're 100, I believe when you're very comfortable with who you are and what you desire, even exploration, because you might not even know everything you want. You just know, you know what, let's explore this, or let's try that. When you are comfortable with yourself, then you can be comfortable with others.
Yeah, I think I'm at a season of being comfortable with my body because
Yeah.
I'm not as small as I used to be. I have gained weight, so I'm learning to love that. But honestly, I have never like loved my body the way it was. Whether I was real small or gaining weight, I've always thought that something was wrong with it. So I'm learning to love my body and to really just, I look in the mirror. I had my days when it was like, ugh. But then I'm just like, I turn around like, no, it's okay. Like, you look good. You're fine. Like, and so it's really a challenge for me. Like, so I'm learning to really be comfortable with my body because I noticed one of my friends, she's very comfortable. She loves her body so much. And I can just tell, like, she's just very comfortable in her skin and she's very sexual. Like, she doesn't, and I feel like that has something to do with her loving her body.
Absolutely, you're comfortable with yourself,
Yes.
now.
Your sexuality.
And that part, because I'm at a place now where, look, I'm too goddamn mature and I'm too grown to be sitting here playing. I ain't pussyfooting. If something ain't feeling right, if I ain't like, I'm going to, oh no, that's not gonna work for me, you know.
Mhm.
But I am more open sexually than I've ever been. Unfortunately, I'm just, and again, like I said, with the weight comes the heat. I don't like being hot.
Mhm.
And so for me, when I think of summer and sex, they just don't go together like they used to for me. For y'all
Yeah, I
young,
think about I think about it being very hot. Very.
yeah, yeah, like that, like it's just, so for me, it just makes sense that people aren't fucking as much in the summertime because it's so hot. And people just want to be cool, and sex is just hot. You know, it makes you.
Or it's just transactional. It's just let's get it in and
Yeah,
be
so
done, and then be done with it. Ain't no cuddling after.
yeah.
Ain't no like romantic lighting candles. Why are we lighting candles? It's hot outside. You know, it's not romantic. It's just really your summer, like summer flings.
Yeah.
Even though that may be your partner, but y'all getting a quickie in real quick and going to
We
sit
don't
on
need
it
all
like,
that. We don't need all that the fluff. Let's just get this. Let's just get this
yeah.
real quick. You know, about 2 years ago. Now, mind you, I've given oral plenty of times, but I never
Hmm.
thought myself to be good at it. I'd never made a guy come from giving oral,
Oh.
and so so I,
Look,
yeah.
you think that was my way of like, oh.
So I had a girl tell me that she said, watch YouTube. I took a fellatio class, and then this girl was bad, honey. When I say she was bad, she was bad. But everything she was saying made sense. And I was like, oh, okay. So I took and I finally did it.
Yay.
I know, but this mother couldn't take the feeling and damn near tossed my fat ass across the room. So
Dang.
now, whenever I think about his penis in my mouth, I'm thinking about me flying across the room. Needless to
Dang.
say, he ain't got none of that in a long time. No little touching that thing in the back of my throat. Like legit. And I was like, I was so proud of myself that I did that, and he ruined it for me.
And it's all about ego. It's that ego thing with it's the ego thing where we ain't gonna, we're okay. We want the medal at the end, like,
I
yeah.
did. I wanted to brag and be like, I did that. And it only ever happened one other time. And it was because the guy kind of like, he didn't know it wasn't forcible or anything like that. I was open to it, but it was his doing, not mine. This time it was all me. I did my practicing, watched my videos, and took my fellatio class. There's a chick over in DC. I forgot her name. I know I got it written down somewhere. But if you don't know how to, honey, take this class, get to know the people.
Classes for everything.
Yes, honey. And I was shocked, and she was really good at it. And I was like, that's nice. She just popped it on in there. And I was like, and it was enlightening, it was empowering. So there's nothing about sex that I'm ashamed of. Even with my body being in the condition, the only thing it's just my back. I can't be up there riding a cowgirl because I'd be like,
I don't
lift
feel
me up, hold me up, lift me up, hold me up.
I don't feel sexy like I should. While, like doing it. I don't feel sexy like I should. Like I should feel like free. Like, you know what? There was a time where I did. It was it was a summer where I was healing.
Mhm,
And I
mhm,
just felt so free. Like I
mhm.
was just like free with and I think that was the last time I ever felt sexy
And you know what?
in the
Now that
bedroom.
you mentioned that, I had not felt sexy in the bedroom. Ooh, wow. And I think, in addition to how we feel about ourselves, it's
Yeah.
how our partner makes us feel and what they do. And again, we're both older, so sex ain't sexy like it used to be. Sex is just that, it's just sex. And I think that's what the emotion came from last night, watching this young black couple get it on, and it was sexy. And yes, it's TV, but somebody somewhere is having sexy sex right now. It's not me.
Right. Right.
And so it comes a time when sex isn't sexy. It just isn't. Like you want to release, you want that feeling, you want that penetration if you are a woman that likes men, or you want the sex. So and as you mature, you don't need the sexy part of sex. You just want the sex, you know. But I found myself wandering off last night emotionally because I would love to get the sexy part of sex back.
I
And
know.
that doesn't necessarily mean we got to be in here jumping off lampshades and stuff, but put some flowers or some candle, light some candles, set the mood, listen to some romantic music, not have an argument, talk to each other, communicate. And see, for me, that's what gets me all roused up in the mood, when there's that intimacy that happens before the bedroom. Baby, let me get that door for you. Here, let me put this up on the shelf for you. Not without even saying it, you're just doing it.
Mm,
That's where the sex starts for me. That's where the sexy feeling, because I'm being honored, um, and so that's when I feel sexy, is when I'm being honored by my partner. If I'm not being honored, I don't feel sexy anyway,
mhm,
or what's the fucking use? It's like, ugh, you know, like whatever. Let's just get this shit over with, you know. But I believe a big part of behaving, feeling sexy is the behavior. Have you put on, like, I haven't put on lingerie in God knows how long.
mhm.
I would put on lingerie for him and he'd just look at me like, oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what you're supposed to, damn baby, grab me, eat something, tickle
Yeah.
something, lick something.
Yeah.
Appreciate what I've done. So I don't, I had created a certain atmosphere. It's something I learned while I was with BK, is to, like when you said a self-care day. A self-care day for me, a big part of that was, I can't, it was not long after I had my hysterectomy, so that it was advised that I don't take baths, only showers.
Mhm,
So it's like, but you can take a nice long shower, and I did. I took like maybe a half an hour or more long shower. I had my candle lit, which was this one right here. Was it this one? Or was another one? My unwind candle. It has a CBD infused candle. Had music playing, and I wasn't rushing. I wasn't getting in the shower just to clean. I was getting in the shower to be, you know, for my body to feel the water, to feel, just good and stretch, and just feel the vibration of the sound of the water. It was calming. Um, and just being in the shower, I was, being caressed in a sense.
mhm,
So I felt after that shower, it was like a half an hour, and I timed it. I didn't time it, say set the clock for 30. I just set the timer and said, whenever I feel to get out, I'll get out. And when I felt to get out, it was at 32 minutes had passed. And I felt so damn good.
mhm,
So a part of feeling sexy in the bedroom is what happens for me outside of the bedroom, you
mhm.
know. And so, like I said, right now I'm not even motivated to have sex. So sex hasn't really been on my mind. So I think the emotion from me watching, the show last night was because I haven't been touched. And I desire to, but I don't want, it's desire internally, but also it's like enough is enough.
Yeah. I think this summer I'm going to intentionally fall in love with my body,
Yeah, you should.
because if I and it is, for me, it doesn't look like losing the weight, because like I said, when I was small, I thought something was wrong with it too. So it doesn't matter if I lose it or not.
Right,
I
right,
My mindset
right.
of how I see myself and how I feel about my body has to change.
Absolutely. Love on
Before the weight sheds, before I have to love me wholeheartedly. And
absolutely. And
yeah, I think
I don't like these damn dimples in my legs, but it's like, trust me, it ain't stopping nothing. Because when when I fit like that, they look all smooth.
yeah, it's so funny.
It's def and it's aging. And as you age and your body changes on you, that can cause a self-loathing.
Mhm,
And sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, do other people find me attractive?
mhm,
It's every day I don't feel sexy. Like, my hair is fucking gray. Uh, I don't feel like I'm wearing glasses and I can't keep the damn lenses clean.
mhm.
So no, I don't I don't walk around feeling sexy every day. My arms is, you know, they got stuff under there now.
Yeah, mine too, mine too.
Yeah,
Look, my
but
chin, I'm making sure my double chin, shoot.
well, look, Oprah, I learned this on Oprah when my son was little. Moisturize your neck and rub up. So that's the one skinny part of me.
Shoot, I need to look.
Look,
Because when you gain weight everywhere. Your
you
face and
do, but even when I'm chunky, my neck is skinny, which is weird.
lucky
Because
you.
I'm chunky. If you notice, I'm chunky now, but my neck is still kind of skinny.
Yeah, it is.
Like my neck doesn't get, for whatever reason, it just, I don't know. Thank you, Oprah. I don't know. But a big part of feeling sexy is definitely how you see yourself. I don't feel as though I'm as sexy with my clothes off as I used to feel, but I have to get over that because guess what? I'm not really trying to do shit
Mhm.
right now because
Having the right fitting clothes also contributes. If
oh,
something wearing ill-fitting clothes, something that can't, or you have to wear baggy clothes because all the clothes you have can't fit you no more, so you have to go to sweatpants. That takes a toll on you too.
oh, I ain't doing that. Like, but I'm gonna tell you this past winter, I wore more leggings than I had in my life. Now, mind you, I got the good shit. You don't catch me out here them little thin ones showing all my dimples. I got me, some nice, and I dressed them up. But it was because the weight that I put on, you know what I invested in my wardrobe. And I was like, my jeans was getting tight. So it was like, oh my God, I'm wearing leggings. But you know what? I was rocking them, baby. I'm
Mm.
folding the leggings did their thing this past winter, honey child. They certainly did. And it's like, if I go into this winter with and for me, I want to get back active, not just because I want to get smaller, because I want to be healthy. I want to
Yeah.
be so I know that I have to get back healthy for that reason. And I think it is paramount to look in the mirror and love what you see. Because I think a big, and for me, ever since I was little, I have to tell you, I never felt comfortable with weight.
Hmm.
And when I would see a woman or whatever that was oversized, and it was like, oh, I don't want to get like that. But let me tell you something, baby. It's worse things on this planet than being what is called overweight
Hmm.
or thick. Now I like my thickness. Don't get it twisted. I just don't like those little rumples in my leg. That's the
Yeah.
part I don't like. And I don't want. I can take my thickness as I am. I just don't want no stomach.
Hmm.
Like I don't like the way that looks, and it just I personally don't. I've never liked it. No shade to nobody, but I got one now, and I have to keep looking at it like I'll be jiggling and stuff in the mirror, like, and I'll be like, but you're still pretty.
Oh,
But
yes, love on that belly.
I thought what they call it, the flooper.
Yeah, love
I
on that
talked
belly.
to her, and like I think having a deep sense and appreciation for self. First of all, hear me out. I appreciate where I am, and even with a fat belly, there are worse things that I could be than having a fat belly.
Hmm.
So you are a beautiful young lady, Michelle. You really are. And so I don't know where that idea that something is wrong with you, whether you're skinny or heavy or what. I can remember meeting you and you were this 00. I couldn't believe how small you were. I'm
Yeah,
like, people is a 00. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like that, I think that was the first time I'd heard of that size, but I'd seen it. I just never really known
Hmm.
that's what somebody was as a 00. Like my daughter, she was a 0 for the longest time. Now she's just as thick as me, but she's tall, so she carries it differently.
Differently, I
I
guess.
used to try to tell her, I said, look, once you pay 25, 26, I'm telling you, now she done got the little arms, she a little thick.
I had to constantly remind myself, like, you're 27.
Yeah,
You were 00 when you were 21, 22.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
27 now.
yeah. And you're
You
maturing.
you're maturing. You got your grown woman body. I literally gotta tell myself that you got your grown woman body now.
And I
And
don't need
it's
to look like
crazy.
I'm 21. And that's
Right.
what a lot of people, that's in some cases, if you notice heavier people, it ages some people. But I also think it may be their lifestyle because some people, based on their weight, I'll guess their age is older.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that's like that's some kind of cultural conditioning, or is that what I really believe this person is? I don't know. I can't even tell you. I'm not even gonna bullshit you. But
Hmm.
what I do know is this: we are fixated on these images of smaller bodies because that's what the media says is beautiful.
Mhm.
And I don't care what size I am. It's not for a man or a woman because, I love people and people love me back. I just want to be happy with wherever I am and whatever I look like. And when I do look in the mirror, I have to tell you, I don't like the belly. I don't. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like the way it looks in my clothes. But when I'm naked, it's okay. It's just those little crease, what you call them, the cellulite.
Mhm.
That's the part that I don't like the way it looks, and I got it, and I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do about it? I don't have no hundreds of thousands of dollars to go get cool sculpting, and I don't think the shit really works. But I'm not going under the knife to get no. So if that's what it takes, I'm
No.
just be thick. So I feel like to feel sexy, you have to love looking at yourself. Now I'm a sexy motherfucker. I can do some real sexy shit, but I don't walk around every day, all day feeling sexy. Now some days I do. Let me throw my head to the side and put some color in it. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's like it shouldn't, I suggest. I hear people and you would often hear me, you look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
Yes. When you look in the mirror and you tell yourself, girl, you look good. And you believe, not just tell yourself that, believe that you do and that you are beautiful. You're gonna feel sexy. Because I know I'm sexy. Now, some days I ain't feeling it. But see, that's not facts. You know what I'm also a firm believer feelings ain't facts.
Mhm.
So it becomes, I believe sexy is a behavior.
Yes.
It's attitude. It's
Yes.
a belief about oneself. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And
Yes.
if you are struggling to with the thought that there's something wrong with you, I would encourage you to dismiss that thought because it's a lie. There's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with you. You are maturing.
Mhm.
You are, like you say, you have a woman's body. I don't
Mhm.
want a teenager's goddamn body because I'm not a damn teenager.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
for sure.
know, I am a 49-year-old woman and I want to be healthy, not skinny. Because
Mhm.
see, you got people who are skinny who are very unhealthy.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
know, so my motivation to lose weight is not about vanity so much as it is like, you're getting a little older and you got to watch your health.
Mhm.
You talking about heart attacks and cholesterol and things like that. So that's my motivation. And I don't like this right here with the arms, the flagging of the arms
Oh
thing.
gosh.
Like that in the cellulite. Like I could just do without it. But am I going to get it cut off or anything strange like that? No. Do I see myself working out like I used to 10 years ago? Hell no. So what am I going to do about it? I'm just going to love where I am. Look at yourself. And I'm telling you, get yourself a nice full length mirror and stare at it. And if it's something you don't like, say, you know what? This is what I'm going to do to improve that.
Mhm.
If I'm a little heavy, you know what? Let me get back active. Let me do something to improve. Or, you know what? I'm thickalicious. And this is what I'm doing right
Mhm.
here, right now. And I love me, but you gotta love you at all times, in all shapes and all sizes.
Yes, that's
And
what you
what
want.
you
Because
gotta love it.
when I start having kids, what I'm going to do? If I don't start loving myself now, it's probably going like the way I look now. Like when I have children, I'm probably going to be so hard on myself and fall into this rabbit hole.
You are.
Because my body's going to change then.
Yes, it will. But and I can, and this is something I will encourage you to do is if you go on YouTube and internet, there are some pregnant women who are so fit. The only thing popping out is their belly. They are so fit. If you don't want to gain the weight, then you have to do what it takes not to get
Mhm.
don't be doing no crazy diets and shit like that with that baby in your stomach. You feed that baby, you feed yourself,
Yeah.
but create a plan, a lifestyle that is healthy so that you don't get, all that X. And I'm not going
I gotta create a healthy lifestyle
mentally.
mentally.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mentally,
I agree.
yeah, mentally, because like I said, it's been a struggle how I think and view my body. Even when I was small, I thought I don't know, I think it's called body dysphobia or something. Like you always think something's wrong with your body.
I'm here to tell you, ain't nothing wrong with your body, honey child. And in the summertime, I think that people get more focused on their body because more of their body is being seen.
Yes. Yeah.
And I had the whole audacity to wear me a white bikini last year, honey child, and can't, was it last year, year before last? I was 180. I started picking up the weight, I think, in 2020. Yeah. And so, I mean, is that 28? Yeah, 2019, I start picking up the weight. In 2020, when I went to Cancun, honey child, and I had that white, well, 2020, 21, I was up to 180 pounds, and I had that white, and I felt so sexy in that white bikini.
Okay.
But I sure did. I said, "Oh, girl, you giving it all to them, ain't you?" And this summer, they getting every varicose vein, every dimple, every belly,
Yeah.
everything, every arm. They getting it all. And again, while I don't like the cellulite, I do love me, and
Yeah.
I'm okay. And there's nothing wrong with me. I'm a 49-year-old woman who doesn't work out, you know, um, and that doesn't make something wrong with me. It makes me a little unhealthy because I need to work out. I do
Mhm.
need some cardio. I need to start taking back walks. I need to buy me a bike, something to get my heart rate going, something to keep me from becoming stagnant, you know. So that is the weight thing. If I'm healthy, I'm good. I don't want to be unhealthy.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's where I'm at with it. And that for me is my motivation to get back get back physical. So because I want good heart health. Because
Yeah.
again, I'm aging, and you don't want to play with that shit.
Yeah.
Especially when you do party and drink and have you gotta be, I'm great. I'm waiting for my organ cleanse to come down. That renewed herbs by Robert Anthony. I'm waiting for that now because you gotta detox your system. And I drink a lot of water. I drink more water than most people. I always have. I'm not a juice or soda person.
Yeah. I love
I'm
water.
an alcohol person, so I loves my sips and I loves my water. But yeah, flush your organs out. Make sure that you are treating your body right, and that's healthy.
Yeah.
So not so much big or small, but healthy. That's my focus. I want to know that I don't have high blood pressure or I'm not on track for diabetes or cholesterol and things of that nature, you
Yeah.
know. But whatever that thing was that happened or was said that caused you to believe something is wrong with your body, big or small, it's nothing. If there's something wrong with your body health wise, then yeah, you want to go see the doctor to fix it. But there's nothing wrong with your body in its current state. You're a beautiful young woman. And my suggestion is if this summer is about loving yourself, get yourself maybe, I don't know if you already have it, get yourself some vibrators or something. Get yourself some good massage oils, massage your own body. Get yourself some good um, stress relieving candles. Spend time with yourself. Um, and just know that, girl, just tell yourself you're so sexy.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And behavior is sexy to me is behavior. You
Mhm.
ever see somebody that's real pretty? They could be real pretty, but they have ugly behavior and it
Mhm.
causes them to be unattractive. But if you
Mhm.
sexy, you got a certain attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my shit stink, but I'm a still, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I should stink just like everybody else, but I'm that bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sexy as shit.
Yeah.
My little belly
Yeah.
and my flapping arms, because I make it look good. I make it look
No,
good.
but
You know
no,
what I'm
you're right.
Yeah, so this doesn't have to be a sexless summer, but self sex is the best because then you don't have to worry about nobody body heat making you all hot.
'Cause it's summertime.
That's right. Or get yourself one of them good triangle pillows through one of my BK sisters so you can prop it up and just poke your butt out. So you ain't even got to touch all that much. There's ways around this heat. But just talking about summer and in relation to sex, like, I just believe like it's just too hot for that shit. I'm not even really motivated just based on that, you know what I mean? And then, like I said, with the back issues, but it's definitely not the weight. It's my flexibility has changed, but I got tools, honey child. See, when you get older, you get wise. I got tools to do the work. You got straps hanging from the ceiling, all that good stuff.
Oh my god.
Hey, look, hold this. Don't hold my fat ass because it's gonna wear you out. Let this do the work for you.
Oh my god.
But yeah, don't definitely. I mean, as your sister friend, as your big sis. You know, just one day, just take all your clothes off, look in the mirror, and just really look at yourself
Mm-hmm.
and say, you know what? There's nothing wrong with my body.
I'm that beach.
I'm that bitch. I always been the shit. And I'm always gonna be the shit, you know. And so even on days when I don't feel sexy, I still yet am.
Mm-hmm.
Belly and all, honey child. Because when I walk in the room, I own it. When I leave out the door, I don't have to put my lashes is my superpower. They're part of it. But even when I don't go through the makeup and all that good stuff, I'm still sexy. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because sexy is an attitude.
Attitude, yeah.
It's a belief about oneself. And you're doing some real sexy shit right now. You are traveling up and down the country, selling and promoting your book, enhancing your career, cultivating a life for yourself that you can be proud of. And so for all those hot girls that's doing nothing but fucking,
Mm.
get productive, sis. You're worth so much more.
Hot girl
Take the
summer.
summer off.
Hot girl summer is not in
Yeah.
no more.
Especially if it doesn't include you being your best
Yes.
and getting the best that life has to offer. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I'm okay with, not really, I'm okay with not having a lot of sex, but I'm not okay with not having any sex at all. So I'm gonna have me some sex this summer, y'all. I'm gonna have me some sex before the summer's over with.
Okay.
Sex this spring. When was the last time I had sex? And see, people get it twisted. They think because you're in a relationship, y'all always fuck. No, we're not us. you know. But before the summer's over with, this thing don't have no expiration date.
Okay.
It will be good for life.
You're so funny.
you know. But just like I that breaks my heart that you think. But thank you for sharing that you said.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but I'm going to really, I feel like our next conversation should be about what what is sexy to you, or,
Okay.
or bringing sexy back. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
yeah,
a definite conversation.
bringing sexy back. Yeah,
Okay.
that's staying this. I want to stay in this mood for a second.
Okay. So this is your homework. And if it's anybody listening that feels like, first of all, let me make it very clear, feelings aren't facts.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're not sexy or you're not feeling sexy, develop a feeling, a belief, because a feeling is just that. It's fleeting. A belief is just that, a belief. That's what you hold on to. And get your sexy back by doing something for yourself by yourself.
Yeah.
Like I said, that long hot bath with some candles and some soft music and a glass of wine, or if you don't drink wine, then a cup of apple juice, whatever your pleasure, sparkling seltzer water or something. But be kind to yourself. Lotion your body every crevice. Take time and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Touch yourself from head to toe. And I can guarantee you will become aroused because you feel good when you moisturize your skin, and not that dollar store stuff. Don't use that. Get yourself some good brand of lotion and
Mm-hmm.
moisturize from, I don't use lotion on my face. I use a facial moisturizer, but wash your hair, touch your body. When you're in the shower, rub up, like just concentrate on your breasts, just rub them real good. Like soak them up with your hands, fill yourself up real good. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
feeling sexy, bring sexy back.
Yes.
And so that's your assignment, Michelle. And I'm going to give myself that assignment too. And we're going to talk about what we did to bring sexy back next week.
Okay. Sound good to me. I'm
Sounds
bring
good to me too.
I'm
So
bring sexy back.
Gonna
You
bring sexy back, and so don't make this a sexless summer. Even if you're single, don't make this a sexless summer. Make this a sexy summer, full of sex. And I'm talking about sexy behavior, sexy
yes,
attitude, self pleasure.
yes,
You have somebody great, but don't be deprived because you don't.
yeah.
Sex yourself, honey child. Rub on your earlobes like you ain't never did it before. Just take some massage oil and just rub your earlobe right there. Just see if that feels good to you. I don't know. It might, and just caress your body, all your curves. Touch
Yeah.
yourself.
But
Talk to
what?
yourself.
Mm, I can't wait. I can't wait till next week because
Yeah, that's your assignment. And hey, look, I'm gonna do it for myself. Because if I don't, I'd be cheating myself.
oh yeah,
So this is the summer of bringing sex back.
you.
With that being said, we thank you for listening here uh, about with us listening in with us. I can't even put words together. Oh, let me yawn. Whew, again. Thank you so much for listening to me and my co-host, the lovely Miss Michelle Gracie. And before we get out of here and end this conversation of summer and sex, we do trust that it was beneficial. It was certainly to me because it caused me to think about some things that I really hadn't thought about. And I appreciate the conversation. Miss Gracie, tell me where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at underscore Michelle Gracie. That's MICHELLEGRACIE. And you can find me on Facebook, Michelle Richardson, RICHARDSON.
All right, honey. And me, the lovely Primrose. On the wheels of steel side. Look, that I'm a DJ in my mind sometimes.
She look at me.
You can find me on all socials at Primrose Ave. That's PRIMROZEAVE, an abbreviation for Avenue. That's Instagram, Facebook, and of course, here on YouTube, where you're listening to me and my co host, Miss Michelle Gracie, talk about for today summer and sex. You can find us on Primrose Avenue Pod, PRIMROZEAVEPOD on Instagram.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, love on yourself. That's the assignment. Bring sexy back.
Sexy back.
Make some sexy noises. Yeah, you ever?
Oh my God. I'm just so uncomfortable. Like why am I so we're gonna talk about this next week.
Yeah,
We're gonna get deep in this
yeah,
summer sexy. We're gonna
yeah.
get deep in this. Like I
We
don't
gonna
know. I'm
talk
gonna
about this
wear this. Yes, we are.
some more. So, with that being said, love you, girl, and thanks for listening. Be kind to yourself first, and then to others.